I don't know why, but for the last 3 years, it seems like Epic Games is continually trying to remove certain elements from Fortnite that they know the player base wants, but they're persistent on just keeping them out of the game, and this, quite frankly, baffles me. We've talked about this topic before on the channel, but now that we have a little bit more context as to how Fortnite looks at Battle Royale, I think there's a better conversation that we could be having. I really feel like Epic Games is caught in a strange paradox where they need to make Fortnite feel completely new and fresh, and to do that, they have to alter things, but they can't change too much to where it alienates the community and makes people feel like they have a completely different experience from what they're used to. And as we've seen all of Chapter 5, this is a very hard thing to do. What I want to do today is give Epic Games a helping hand when it comes to understanding what it is we as players seem to love about this game, at least the vast majority of people it seems like. Hopefully Epic Games will understand this and make some big changes when it comes to Chapter 6 if they haven't done that already. And if they haven't, that's okay, because I have the solution to a lot of the problems that we're having in Fortnite right now, and I can't wait to share that, guys, with you later on in this video. But before we get there, why do I think that Epic Games doesn't understand what Fortnite players want? To be fair, this statement is a bit hyperbolic. I may not have liked a lot of the changes that Epic has made to Fortnite over the last few years. However, the game is still going strong. The problem is I feel like it could be doing a lot better, and the reason why we know this is because of two main events that we've seen over the course of the last year: OG Fortnite and Fortnite Reload. We all know the meme, oh boy, anytime the game is dying, Fortnite just hits the OG button and everyone gets excited again. I think after 3 years, Epic Games is finally starting to pick up on why people enjoy this game or what initially attracted people to it. Before I break that down, why do I keep saying 3 years? For those of you who are new here or might not remember, I break Fortnite down into 3 eras. The first is the classic era, consisting of the first 2 chapters of Fortnite. Next is what I call the modern era, which is chapters 3 and 4. And finally is the corporate era, which is Disney Plus doing the fusion dance with the Find It in Fortnite model, which is creating the terrible UI and everything that you hate about Fortnite today. Ever since Fortnite Chapter 3, Epic Games has shifted the way we experience BR, which is why I keep emphasizing on the last 3 years. It's also the reason why I consider this to be the start of the modern era. When Chapter 3 launched, there was a clear shift in direction in terms of how Battle Royale was presented to us. Certain core elements of the play pattern were either changed or completely altered. This is also why I categorize Chapters 1 and 2 as the classic era, because even though there were some changes made between the two of them, there is still a core play pattern that is present throughout them. And then we move to Chapters 3 and 4, the play pattern shifts in a more dramatic way. Chapter 3 was the first time Epic Games drastically altered the loot pool by taking old weapons that we had come to know and love and completely reskinning them. Instead of bringing the old weapons back, Fortnite likes to mix it up and try something new. The issue is these typically feel like weaker weapons that serve the same purpose as the originals. We know that in every season there's typically some version of attack or a pump. In my opinion, the only time this worked well was in Chapter 4. All the shotguns that were introduced in the first 2 seasons of that chapter felt good. They felt like they could have existed in OG Fortnite. However, in Chapter 5, I would argue that this is the worst shotgun meta in Fortnite history. The only thing that's saving this shotgun meta now is the combat. Another huge change to Fortnite in the modern era is the rarity system. Finding every weapon type at every rarity rather than just having specific items at specific rarities is a mistake. It cheapens the loot pool to where most items don't feel special. Part of what keeps people playing the game is them feeling rewarded for playing. You already have an amazing RNG element which gives people a dopamine kick every time they open a chest, but it's magnified when they know that there's a chance of getting a really cool weapon that's only available in one rarity.
Tight, yeah! Blue, yellow, pink! Whatever, man, just keep bringing me that.
Another thing that's been absent from Fortnite since the modern era are trap slots. And the crazy thing to me is I don't understand why Epic Games is so afraid of players using traps. The reason why I say afraid is because even when Fortnite OG came out, there was a huge lack of trap items in BR. It's almost like ever since Zero Build became a thing, Fortnite felt guilty that they couldn't include traps in that mode, so they just decided to keep them out of both. The weird thing is the 2 modes already have slightly different loot pools. There are items in Zero Builds that don't exist in Build, so why can't we have that the other way around? Traps were such a huge feature of Fortnite that made it stand out, and now it's just mostly forgotten. I also don't understand why they weren't brought back for Reload. It just hammers the point even further that Epic is afraid of it. And that's the thing that gets me. You know that Epic Games is afraid of something when they have very easy or obvious reasons to bring something back, and they just don't do it. This is exemplified even further when you look at this next feature, which in my opinion makes all game modes more fun, but is essential when you're playing Fortnite at higher levels, and this could be none other than Siphon. Why does Fortnite Reload not have Siphon? Why does Ranked not have Siphon? And most importantly, why is there no Siphon in tournaments? Pubs I might be able to understand, but even then, I've always seen it as a benefit to the game. This whole argument of it encouraging more players to thirst more often is just a fallacy. Players do this anyway because everyone is desperate for kills these days. Now, Epic Games' lack of understanding about what Fortnite players enjoy about this game doesn't just come from them refusing to put in old elements from OG in modern Fortnite. There are some features that are exclusive to Chapter 5 that really limit the potential of how much fun this game could be. Now, to be fair, some of the issues that I've had with Chapter 5 have actually been addressed, like having a more vibrant map as well as some goofy items in the loot pool. But I think where Fortnite suffers the most currently in Chapter 5 is from two key areas that need to be transformed going into Chapter 6. The first of which is hit scan weapons. After playing Reload, it's obvious to me that hit scan just feels better in Fortnite. I understand that there are some players that are currently enjoying bullet drop. There are also other players that say it doesn't feel much different. But here's my question to people from both of those camps. If Epic had just kept hit scan weapons in this chapter and never introduced bullet drop, would you have complained at all? For the vast majority of players, I think the answer is no. Part of the fun from the first two eras of Fortnite was playing around with the rhythm of different weapons that had first shot accuracy. Now, I've said before that I don't mind bullet drop this chapter. It's definitely something that I can deal with and I've also gotten used to. But after playing Fortnite Reload, I have to say it's not as enjoyable as hit scan is, at least for me, which is something that I've come to expect from Fortnite after playing for 7 years. One of the biggest aspects to success of any shooter is making the weapons feel satisfying to use. And for the most part, for Chapter 5, a lot of these weapons don't. Part of this may be due to the second issue I alluded to with Chapter 5, which is weapon attachments. Epic, why do you make it so hard for people to access weapon attachments in this game, especially when that is the game-changing mechanic that you introduced for this chapter? There should be crafting benches at most POIs, if not every POI. Why aren't there different rarities for attachments, or even benches? Give me epic or legendary upgrade benches that will guarantee me attachments of that rarity. Also, if you really wanted to make this play pattern feel more dynamic, why not bring back the side grade system? Maybe I don't like my current weapon and I can side grade or even upgrade it at specific benches. Maybe if I want the legendary equivalent of my current weapon, I need to go to an upgrade bench to do it. Also, make it expensive. That way I can't abuse it. This also has the added benefit of making gold more useful. It'll make me want to use more of my gold, as well as make it more rewarding when I obtain it on the island. Instead of making their only use increasing the accuracy of the weapon, make them more like augments. Maybe I have attachments that grant low gravity, or siphon, or 0-point dash on reload. Things that you've introduced in previous seasons with other weapons, but now we just do it through attachments. This will also prove to be very useful if we return to the hit scan model. We could have the best of both worlds, and guess what? It's on brand with the wacky Fortnite that everyone comes to the game for. We don't come to Fortnite because we want to play a realistic shooter. We come to Fortnite because we want to play a battle royale that doesn't take itself too seriously. When you look at all these things I've mentioned, then look at Fortnite's most recent upticks in popularity, I think you start to see a common trend. Most of these things that we've talked about today are present in OG styled modes. It's what people enjoy Fortnite for, and when you start to realize that these things are missing in main BR, you begin to understand why so many people are attracted to the older versions of Fortnite. Now, I will say that Fortnite returning back to being completely OG is not the best solution for the game moving forward, at least not in the way that people think it is. At the start of this video, I did say that I had a solution for Epic Games based on the recommendations that we were going to go over today. I honestly believe that this is a recommendation that the vast majority of the Fortnite community would enjoy, which is why I'm so excited about it and why I honestly think this topic deserves a video of its own, which is also why I'm going to be sharing it with you guys in the next video. So if you haven't already subscribed, you're going to want to do so, because next week, I'm going to be talking with you all about why Fortnite Chapter 6 will be OG. I love y'all, and I'll catch you soon. Peace out.